sommelier here at Chateau Elan. Mattius.
Nice to meet you.
Yes. So, what are we drinking here?
So we're drinking the Fingerprint Collection's, it's called Mameli. It's actually one of my favorite wines from Chateau Elan. This one has 3 different Italian grapes. Quite a very interesting grapes. We got the Montepulciano, we got Barbera, and Nebbiolo. So it's a very interesting combination where we get all this well-balanced, fruity, oaky wine. Very nice ending aftertaste, right? And yeah, that's the reason I picked this one. After all the portfolio of Chateau Elan, I love Mameli.
And it's delicious. It's like
pretty
so
good.
good.
It's pretty good.
So, tell us about yourself. How did you? What's your history about wine? Why you love wine, and how did you get here?
Well, everything started with my family. My grandfather is a retired winemaker. I wish I could be on that time when he decided to retire as a baby, so couldn't take care of the business. So, but then my parents started a restaurant back in Chile, a wine style, you know, stage and everything, traditional Chilean restaurant, pretty much. So everything started with that. Years later, when I started to do my degree in hospitality, started to get wine tourism in the 2 last years, and that kind of caught my attention like big time. And since started to do that, I also found a job in a winery back in Chile, in Santiago. It's a winery. It's called Causinho Macul. It's a very actually important winery over there. It's been there for years, probably.
How long?
Since 1846 maybe.
1846?
So, yes. So when you're talking about wineries in Chile, you're talking about wineries from the 1800s. So the majority of the wineries over there, they started on that time. So yeah, I started to work there. Meanwhile, I was finishing my degree in hospitality, and I worked there for almost 4 years. And my last year, I had to take care of one of our guests. He was actually one of the sales managers from Chateau Elan. And long story short, he talked to me about the Chateau Elan business, and here I am. That's where
So
I
you
met
just
that.
like came here?
Yeah, this happened like almost 4 years ago.
So you moved from Chile and just...
Straight to Braselton, Georgia.
Do you
How
like
about
it
that?
in Georgia?
I mean, I'm doing my life here, right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite wine here in Chateau Elan? The one you picked here, I guess. You kind of talked about it.
We used to have another wine. It was 100% Montepulciano, so that was my favorite one.
Yes.
We sold that one. We were selling Montepulciano like chicken sandwich.
Like a chicken sandwich. Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Yeah. It's like we were selling that like quick, and so Fingerprint Collection is a very limited production, so we got to sell that very quick. And Simone came out with the Mameli, which when he started to work here, he already had the Mameli, and we sold out, so he bring it back. It's just he came out with a different presentation. Now it used to be another shape of bottle, kind of like a sparkling style, and
So good.
plus it had the Italian flag. I believe the reason of the name Mameli thing is the last name of the career of the national anthem.
Yeah.
So it used to have the Italian flag on the label, but now Simone came out with the Fingerprint Collection new presentation, which is like all dark and everything, which I like it better actually. So, but that was my other favorite one, but it's gone. It's gone. I even drank all my Montepulcianos that I had at home, and I took a couple ones with me to Chile. I went to Chile not too long ago, and my family they finished that in seconds. They're wine drinkers, so they're like, wow. So finally, wine that is not from Chile. Because when you're there, it's like super hard to get international wines, because the competition is, let's say, protected by the government, I guess. So when you're going to the groceries or wine shop, all what you see there, it's Chilean wines. So
There's no wines from anywhere else.
You may find, but it has to be a very specific place to go there. And but here I see it kind of different. It's like more open mind, so you get to get like all different wines from all over the world. Simply just go to Total Wine and find wines from all over the world. We don't have that there, so you either drink Chilean wine or just drink something else.
So, last question for you. What's your hope for like the future for yourself? Like, do you want to eventually have your own vineyard? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, with my experience with Simone, it's reaching a vineyard sounds attractive, but once you are into it, it's a lot. It's a lot, and more than everything, you need a lot of time. You know, you need to prepare your vineyards. I mean, my manager, Sean Wilmer, here is a perfect example as well. He just started his own business, and but he's been working on it for 10 years. So before being here, started my career wanting to be a sommelier. I'm a level 2 sommelier, and hopefully get the 3rd one after all this Corona thing that's going right. It kind of helped me out a little bit so I can get my books and update myself with some information. But so far, I'm currently working here in Chateau Elan, so I don't have any plans so far. So
yeah.
So far, so good, right? That's what people from Georgia say.
Okay, I know I said I had the last question, but I actually
no, bring on the question, please.
Okay,
yeah, bring it on.
Well, being a sommelier, and when you're going from like table to table, so are you going in and like, what's the first question like you ask when you're like trying to figure out what kind of wine someone wants?
Well, so the majority of the customers usually don't know what they want, but they're willing to learn, right? So the thing here, it's like they say, hey, I don't know what I want, but if you can help me, that's our job. That's where we show up, and we're like, well, you don't need to know. That's what we're here.
Right.
So we're like pretty much, hey, tell me what you like. And personally, I don't even ask like, what kind of wine do you like? Because sometimes people there don't even drink wine. So I'm like, what do you like in general? Like, are you like fruit forward person, or you like sweet stuff, you like dry? You can even tell me what kind of beer you like, or what kind of drinks you like, and based on that, I can
kind of
figure it out. And it always works. Like, I never had like the situation where like, no, it didn't work. Like, it always works. I don't know why, but it works, and I'm still using that philosophy. It works so far. So
can you explain to me? A lot of people say fruit forward, and a lot of people say sweet. What's the difference between fruit forward and sweet?
Well, so we need to know, first of all, wine has different characteristics, different aromas, right? And first of all, to know if the wine is sweet or not, we got to know what is the residual sugar content on the wine, right? I always use like simple examples to make people understand, because this wine world is super hard, so much techniques and everything. So techniques is that's a word. Yeah. I'm sorry, sorry. I always compare, like, it's when you ask for a sweet tea, for example, or unsweetened tea, right? You can really tell the difference. So when you have unsweet tea and sweet tea, it's so easy to make some difference right there, right?
100%.
So it's with the wine. So when you got a dry wine, when you got a sweet wine, you can tell. It's just the sugar. It's the sugar that makes the difference right there. So if you got, for example, this wine right here, this is definitely 0% of residual sugar. That sugar is gone.
Not there.
So where did that sugar go? Well, it's alcohol. So during the fermentation process, the yeast turn the sugar into alcohol. So, and carbon dioxide as well. But if the sugar is gone, it's because it's alcohol, pretty much. So now here's the difference. On our muscadine, the muscadine itself is a very tart grape, it's very sour, So in that case, we had to add sugar in it. So to the point that, again, using a basic example, when you're making lemonade, and you add sugar, because if you drink just straight lemonade, like no sugar, your face shows up in your neck, right? Like, ugh, right? So pretty much that's what it is. We do that with the muscadine. We add sugar, and that's the reason people think muscadine is sweet. It is sweet. It's true, because we add sugar in it. So we take that sour, that tart, that acidity down, and the wine turns into pretty much dessert. And we're in the South. People love sweet stuff, and we sell a lot of muscadine. And it's because of that, we can afford to make other kind of wines, world-class wines like here, like Winery. So, back to your questions. I usually get long answers.
You're good.
Back to your questions. How to notice the sugar, like the sweetness, right? It's literally just like when you drink sweet tea or non-sweet tea. It's there. You feel it.
It's there.
Now, when you smell something fruity, but then you drink it and it's not sweet, it's just the aroma. The wine can be fruity. The wine can be fruity, and that it can come from the terroir. So a good terroir can create this profile, right? But also we can either age the wine in stainless steel. But here we use French oak that creates that balance between fruit and oak, right? So the majority of our wines are very, I would say European style, very fruity, right?
Yeah.
Something way different as you get like Californian wines, very oaky in general. So yeah, our wines are more European style. I mean, Simone is from Europe, so he makes very clear with the wine, like he likes it European style, right?
Well, and everything he's saying, so he's just has an earring. Oh my gosh. I'll go back in and keep filming. So everything he's explaining, like with the sweetness versus fruitiness. So with the sweetness, there's this added sugar element.
With the sweetness, not necessarily usually in the majority of the wine that comes naturally with the grape, so the grape has natural sugar.
Right.
But with the muscadine, we don't have enough sugar in it, so we have to add that sugar. That process actually is called chaptalization, and that's what we do.
But you're saying like when people say, "Oh, wine is fruity," it's like from the aroma, it's from the grape.
Exactly. So
it doesn't mean it's necessarily sweet.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which a lot of people mistake this when they read a label and they say, "Oh, it's fruity." They think it's sweet. That is not always the case. So just don't mistake. When you see fruity, don't always think, "Oh my gosh, it's automatically sweet." It just could be from the smell, from the aroma, through when you take a sip. Oh, it's fruits. But yeah, I love everything you're saying and everything you're describing, and like I just appreciate your
thank you so much.
And your knowledge and
bring up questions. I'm all here for you
every
guys.
person I have met at this winery has a passion for wine, and
This is so good.
they do because
It's so good. The wine is so good.
They all have a passion for wine.
That's a plus one, by the way. When the wine is good where you're working, it makes you feel like you're passionate, you know? It can be the opposite sometimes. I like this wine. I don't even work here, right? So now, but here the wine is amazing. This is a guy from Chile that knows about wine. Is telling you Chateau Elan wine's got it's amazing wine.
Okay,
right?
and I am on my, I don't know how many glasses. It's been a lot today, but no, I've been eating a lot. We've been drinking a lot of water as well to supplement, and the wine's just fabulous. This place is amazing. Every person here cares and loves this wine. You have to come here. You have to try this wine. It's incredible. It's blown our minds. And the last question I want to ask you.
Yes, please.
I said that like 5 times.
No, please bring it on.
Carmenere.
Thank you for asking that question.
Carmenere mostly comes from
Chile.
Yeah. So
I can tell you.
Where do I find the best Carmenere?
Okay, so Carmenere. Carmenere, it's a grape originally from France, and this grape disappeared, I think, in the 1800s. It was a sickness called phylloxera. So this phylloxera got rid of a lot of grapes in France. I think like 2 years before that happened, we had this group of people from Chile and Argentina that went to France to import grapes to South America, They bring a lot of different grapes. Some of these grapes was Carmenere. So to be specific, I believe it was in Bordeaux. Okay, so Carmenere was a Bordeaux grape. So they brought this Carmenere grape without knowing it was Carmenere. They thought it was Merlot. So they were selling Chilean Merlot for years.
And it was Carmenere?
It was Carmenere, but they just realized that not too long ago. I think it was like 1994. So we got an expert. It's what's his name? Jean Michel. What's his name? And he figured that out in 1994. He was in May 1994 walking around some vineyards in Central Valley in Chile. They, the people that they were there, they introduced this vineyard. Hey, this is our Merlot vineyards. Just go and check. And he was like, wait, but Merlot, you're supposed to harvest Merlot in April. So why are you guys not harvest that? Yeah, it's already May. Like that thing's gonna be destroyed. And people there were like, no, this is our Chilean Merlot. It requires a little bit more time, and that's what we call it. So this guy was like, I'm not sure about that. So he came back to France, he did a research about it, found the DNA and everything, and he realized that was not Merlot. It was Carmenere. So he came back to Chile to let them know, like, you guys are not. This is not Merlot. This is not Merlot. This is Carmenere.
Good story.
But it's so confusing because when you see the grape and the leaves, you know,
are they similar?
They're just the same.
Okay.
It's just the same. There's certain little difference, like little colors that create some difference over there, but it's exactly the same. Now, when you drink that wine, yes, it's different.
This doesn't. Well,
Carmenere is more, I would say, spicy in aromas. Has a lot of pepper in it, like red pepper. You know, it's a pretty interesting wine. That, by the way, you can find it anywhere here in the United States. I've seen a couple bottles in Publix actually of Carmenere. Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of hard to find.
You just have to take your time. Like when you go to the Chilean section, you usually have like 2 rows of Chilean wines.
I've had people message us and say like, we cannot find Carmenere.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I would say a lot of brands, but I'm not allowed to say that. So I can tell you later after the video.
Okay. Oh man.
Yeah, but yeah, I can give you a list of Carmeneres, and quite an interesting wine. It goes perfect with, I would say, pork, ribs, barbecue. Definitely nice wine.
We love Carmenere.
Yeah.
And we found one that we love at Trader Joe's called VF. The only one we've been able to find for a while. We've had people literally message us and be like, my family's Italian or my family's whatever, and they're like, we cannot find Carmenere anywhere, and help us find it. So I would love
I will give you a little
list of the Carmeneres that you know about where to find.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for like doing
my
the
pleasure.
interview.
Thank you so much for interviewing me. It's a pleasure. I don't usually have too many interviews, so
Really?
this is probably one of my second or first.
You're quite good.
Yeah,
So,
thank you so much.
No need to worry. Do many more.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I'm so
welcome.
glad you guys come here and visit Chateau Elan Winery.
We've loved it.
We just opened a week ago, and we're open. Don't be scared. We're taking all the measures. We are putting all signs in every corner. We got all this sanitizers, you know, so you guys can be clean and everything. And so don't be scared. We're taking care of the situation very well. We are limiting the groups of people. I think no more than 8 per group. As soon as we get like a little pack, we start taking care of that, and everything is on good control. So don't be scared to get out of the house and have some good wine from Chateau Elan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Y'all, come try this wine. Come be at this winery because they're taking great protective measures. Not only are the people so sweet and so amazing, hardworking, they know their wine, they know their stuff, they are so educated. I've been blown away, TJ and I both have been, by the hospitality that we have had at this winery and resort. Come visit this place, it's top notch, the wine is top notch. You need to come here.